Just when you guys, hi there, welcome to the Nut It YouTube channel. Just when you think you guys have seen everything, now the nut's working on something else. I'm trying to melt this plastic, but it doesn't seem to want to melt all that well. It's kind of maxed out its heat potential. I got a lot of stuff going on here. It kind of started to melt. There's a little bit of water in it. I got this thing pegged out at, I can't see it. It looks like it only pegs out at 420. Some areas it looked like it was going to melt down. I need some plastic for something. Ouch. That one's a little warm. So it's starting to melt there. There's got to be a melting temperature on that. I should have watched YouTube and learned to see what I was doing before I started tearing things up. I think I might, if I can reach the oxygen acetylene out, I think I'll see if I can't speed it up. I hope the lines are that long. No, they ain't that long. We're gonna move the tank out. Of course, as usual, I'm over prepared. You know, I prepare for everything. We'll give it a little bit of blue heat. I'm also working on about 5 other things out here. It's after dark now. You thought watching paint dry was bad. Let me give it a little bit of oxygen. Give me a little bit of acetylene. Now give me a little bit of spark. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna try to see if I can't speed it. I would have thought that plastic would have melted at that temperature, but that's what I go for thinking. I think I'd rather have a blue flame than a yellow flame. I don't want to burn it, I just want to melt it. That kind of stepped up the game a little bit, didn't it? Roasted bottles over an open fire. Guess that's a little bit hotter than the fry pan, but if I can get it down to where it gets more surface area on the fry pan, I guess I got to hit that one. I don't want to turn it white though. Might have to. Got a little bit of chocolate there on it already. Fry pan was a throwaway from the schools when I worked in the schools. You know I'm cheap. I ain't gonna go out and buy a fry pan or use a fry pan out of the kitchen for this. Charred it. I thought the fry pan would really melt it, to be honest with you. I don't know, how's it look? I can roast marshmallows. Kind of like roasting marshmallows. They start to burn, you got to blow them out. Just kind of wondering if this would work. I should have watched YouTube U first though. This one doesn't want to. Probably should put it over open fire in the front. Not burning too much right now because of the dryness. It's turning white. I don't know why it's turning white. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe you can't even do it with this plastic. I have no idea. Still got a little bit of steam coming out of there. Might have had a little bit of soda left in it. But that should have boiled off a few degrees ago. It's kind of neat how that turned white. This is not cost effective. I didn't feel like getting on the internet and buying any plastic. I need a plastic rod, probably about 12 inches long and about 1.5 inches in diameter. I thought, well, if they melted a little bit nicer, I could melt them down into a. I thought it'd be like thick syrup or molasses, and I could melt it down and pour it into like a toilet paper roll. Because I don't really need it 12 inches long. I just need it to be able to chuck up in the lathe, upchuck in the lathe. Not doing a very good job of melting though, is it? I figured if they recycled, I should be able to recycle it, right? I think they know what they're doing and I don't though. I was hoping it was kind of melt like wax. Maybe be a little thicker. I'm starting to get a puddle. Let me get a stirring stick. Well, I'm always prepared. So, oh, you know, that's not too bad. Might melt my aluminum fry pan before I Well, that's just one of the many things I got going on tonight. You know, I don't get going till 1 or 2 in the afternoon, but I usually go till when it's nice out. I usually keep going till it gets, well, I got the lights on now, as a matter of fact. I needed to get it down in liquid form. Just when you guys thought you saw me do everything, I come up with something new. Doesn't really stick to the pan. That's one of the lid top parts. Doesn't smell, a little bit of smell, but not much. Might be the wrong kind of plastic. It looks like a big pancake. You hungry? Got some syrup? Those white spots, I think, are where the caps were. Here's one. That still seems pretty solid. There's one. There's one. I don't know how you get the bubbles out of it. I don't want to. Need it in a rotisserie. Just like a marshmallow. Well, I'm going to get a couple more. I think these will melt down faster now that they got something in them. Stand it back up. Heat makes things move. That might be a different plastic. That's kind of white. That was shrink tubing. Got one more. That might have been a different kind of plastic. Probably should have eyewear on. But who would want to do? You know, I'm got to maintain my high level of OSHA violations. Now look at that on the end. Didn't want to char it like that though. Now it doesn't make any matter for what I'm making. On it. Real problem when your bottle doesn't do what it's supposed to do, isn't it? My marshmallow was burning. My wife asked me what I was doing. I was afraid to tell her. You never know what this nut's going to be up to. Come on, melt down. This seems to be a... The others were soda bottles. These are juice bottles. They don't seem to melt as good. Now the ring around it's melting better. See that ring around it? Whoa! That's kind of interesting. This, you can't see it, but when it bounced off that, see where it separated off the pry bar? Definitely getting hot. Not really liquefying up the way I needed it to do. Don't think I'm going to be pouring that in any mold. I don't know, it's getting a little runny. That plastic's definitely different than that other plastic. Well, have you seen enough yet? Well, we're only at 14 minutes. I got 30 minutes I can go. That's melting better though. My marshmallow keeps catching on fire. If I get that middle iceberg to melt down, I'm going to just let it sit there and cook a little bit. I'm going to turn my torch off and we'll come in and do something else. Because I got lots going on tonight, guys. Got lots going on tonight. I'm just going to let that cook. It's been 30 minutes now because I brought you guys by. Ouch. Don't touch that. That's hot. That's an OSHA violation, I think. There wasn't a sign on it. Maybe that was the OSHA violation. I'm not sure. Anyhow, we're going to crunch some radios. No, we're not going to crunch the radio. I got to take it out. I got to change the plug. I got one 220 plug here that runs everything. And we're going to plug it in. And I'm going to try. I'm going to play. That's all I'm doing is playing. I'm going to turn this pile of garbage into little stuff. I don't know where a good spot, because I got to be about there. I'll bring you over here. This is a can cruncher. If you're new here, I got I like playing around with hydraulics, and so I made a hydraulic can cruncher because the air one wasn't fast enough. I'll crush a couple cans. It takes a little while to crunch cans. Put this over here. And it's a little noisy. This can usually sits right here. And that's when the can doesn't have anything in it, it rattles. That's what it turns them into. So we'll crunch a few of those. I was watching Andrew at Easton. He's got an electric wood splitter. But he said he needed a, I think he said 14 horsepower motor to run it. So that means you're up into the 3-phase category. That isn't any good. Alright. Now what I do is I just start smashing them. I just do this for fun. I'm not doing it for money. I'd be broke. Once again have mittens on. No, you can't do that. I need to get my hammer. That was that pie pan. Take these out of here. They all go in separate things now. You can't see, I put a whole bunch of them in one. I don't think you can see this. bunch of them in here. I did a video, I don't know, it hadn't come out yet because I think it's still on the camera, of cleaning up that area next to the boiler. I've run into a problem here. Might have to put it in the vise and stomp on it. Got too many of them together, I can't fold it over. This one I should have the mittens on. Oh, here's a pair of mittens. Pretty exciting here, isn't it? Well, I'm going to see how that's going out here. Stuff turned white like snow. Get it down to size. That's actually a right heavy little piece of aluminum. I need my hammer. Ain't got a hammer here, do I? Nah. I don't know whether this will go in there or not. Might not. Might. That's over a 1/4 inch thick. That's about it for this one. Sometimes I'll fold them over again. I gotta take out that plastic if the camera's still going. That plastic out there all turned white. I'm gonna crunch all those cans down. It probably won't be much. Then I got this is another project here that stuff there. Look at it, turned white. I guess you guys can see that. Looks like ice cream. Oh, without the heat of the torch, it turned hard too. Look at that piece came off of there. Huh. Maybe the fry pan. No, the fry pan's hot. Don't put your hand in there. It's supposed to be 400 and some. Guess what? Fry pan isn't hot enough to cook plastic, guys. Let me go get a putty knife, I think, or some kind of scraper. Well, my fry pan idea for melting plastic is a failure to communicate. You can get it up. Well, it's got It just ain't hot enough. Oh well, so much for that. But it looks like, I don't know, I might come up with some other kind of melting plan. Looks like, I don't know if you can see me knocking this off over here or not. It came off the end of the thing. Alright, well that's a failure, turning it off. I'm not going to sit there with a torch on that thing. I'll put it in a out front in the fire. I'll find another. I might go to can't think what I'm thinking. Goodwill and find me a sacrificial pan to put that in. Just put it out in the fire and let it roll. You could probably put it in a piece of glass. If I found a, you know, it'd be like a crucible or something to that effect. Anyhow, I'm going to finish crunching up that whole thing of cans, and I'm going to pressure wash that because that came out of that place that I'm cleaning up. See all the spider webs that was sitting on the ground? Then I need to cut about an 8-inch round out of this piece here and put it in the lathe and true it up, and that's to go on that black thing over there that goes on the milk can seat that I'm making. See the milk can seat that I'm making? I want a washer between the, I don't know if you can see this, I want a washer between this metal and that metal. So that's what I want that for. I already made the bolt for that. I had to make a, I think I showed it in another video, I made a square, you can't see it, a square headed bolt, and that'll go down right in there. We're kind of out of light, but I'm working till dark tonight. Should be putting a video on instead, but I'm having fun playing and the weather's good, so be a late night video tonight. Anyhow, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, or look, they need to have a nut button, because if I had a nut button, I'd get 100% nut likes. Anyhow, hit the bell icon. We'll see you all later. This is just kind of what I'm doing after hours. We'll see you. Bye-bye.